What's up, everybody? So, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. All right. This is where I teach people to buy investment properties by becoming the bank. All right. We take over the existing mortgage. It's not the traditional way of buying investment properties. All right. They've been keeping us out of the game for too long. All right. So, I'm here to put you back in that thing. Okay. So tonight, this was a surprise live, man. I didn't plan on doing this live because I got a ton going on right now. Matter of fact, I'll be flying out to Atlanta Friday. I'll be there over the weekend. So if any of my people are out there, besides the person I'm gonna mention tonight, let's have a coffee, man. Talk real estate. But I'm gonna talk to you tonight about how you can stop foreclosures literally on the courthouse steps. And I'm gonna give you a real life example of something that actually happened today. All right. So if you're new to my channel, I want you to go ahead and consider subscribing. If you feel like I bring you some value, hit that like button, or you can just be a player about it, man. Hit that subscribe. Let's go.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end, we some no-quitters. Knock it out the park, we for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere, that's a dome splitter. Yeah. Control our own destiny. Make moves, cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance, bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients, now that's a dope recipe.
Okay, so what's good, y'all? Don't forget, hit that like button, man. Get us in the algorithm because this is literally life-changing information that you're getting from the Go Getter family. I want to thank all you guys for being here tonight. It is Monday. Happy Monday. It's time to go out here and make some moves, man. Make some moves. All right. We don't listen. This is the whole thing, guys. We're not going to get an investment property by becoming the bank, by sitting at home on the couch, or reading about it, or just watching YouTube videos. I want you guys to win. All right. And the chance to win is absolutely out there. It's absolutely out there because I've got students in the Go Getter family right now, man, that are making moves. So it's crazy that I'm doing this video tonight. And the goal of my channel is to give you guys the actionable knowledge that you need to actually get in the game of real estate investing, to get in the game and to get something done, man, to get something done. So the actionable knowledge that you need is the stuff that really isn't covered, at Barnes and Nobles with a book, or a lot of these seminars, courses that that people take, getting your real estate license, even, man, getting your real estate license. It was a realtor who became an inner circle student over the weekend. She saw me on TikTok last week. Now, she happens to be a realtor in Georgia and specializes in foreclosures, right? Well, she specialized until she saw my TikTok. And then she was opened up to a whole new world of foreclosure options. Well, the best part about it is she's in the midst of closing deals. I helped her with one that she just closed, right? And then she had one that she was working too that was going to auction tomorrow. Tomorrow. And I love it, guys. I love it. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit for a second about why I love it. Let me grab something here. Where is that thing? I got a bunch of paperwork, man, because I got a bunch of paperwork, guys. My bad, because I got some new team members, man. New team members. Jamal's homie Jerry's my new executive coach, man. So I'm going to talk to you guys real quick, right? Because this is what's going to get you into the new year, ready to win, ready to change your life. Okay. I was just telling some of my students, man, that I literally had to write a check for around 30,000. There goes my dog Jerry right there. Okay. So I literally had to write a check for $30,000, man, the other day, and it's pretty much, when we are not paid from selling our time, it's a whole different feeling. And it almost sounds ridiculous for me to say this, right? Because I thought, if somebody would have said this to me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have said, man, this mother, what, is nuts. But me writing that $30,000 check was pretty much, felt the same as spending $5, because I'm not trading my time. I'm not trading my time for that money. Every time that we trade our time for money, we have traded a piece of our life. Now, if we can flip that to trading value, what value do we bring to the marketplace? And if you can do it at a high level and understand the rules and the nuances to the game, it's nothing. And I'm about to show you how. All right. So make sure you guys are hitting that like button, man. And let's get to it. Look at Josh. All right, Josh, I didn't see you Wednesday, man. You missed it. You missed. No, was you there Wednesday, dude? I got, man. No, Sunday. My bad. Not Wednesday. Sunday, homie. So let's get into it, man. Hit that like button. All right. Let me remove this frame so I can give you guys this game. This is how you're going to stop a foreclosure auction. There's a few ways I'm going to give you, but the one way we just used it today. We used it today. A new student of mine, she became a student over the weekend. She became a student over the weekend, and again, she had those deals in play and had one that she was closing. She needed some assistance with some paperwork, and then she also here we go. Okay. So then she also had one in the works, but it was going to auction tomorrow. It was going to auction tomorrow. Let me make sure this looks right. There we go. Yeah. You know, I gotta get that big old head of mine in the frame, man. I gotta get the background, y'all. Look at the background. I got the background. You can't see Nipsey though. My dog. That's my dog right there. Look at Nipsey back there. That's the big homie. You know, it's a good life, guys, when you can really honestly be yourself, right? Exist. And I was actually talking to her name is Naomi. She's from Georgia. And I was actually talking to her on Saturday, and I was telling her I was watching this TikTok. It came up on my feed, and then I happened to do a post about it. Okay, we got some viewers tonight, man. I better see at least 8-10 likes on that thing. All right. Hey, we got Joseph in the building. Yo, that's what's up. Leo vibes all day. Hey, I'm a Leo. Okay, I like it. Josh, yeah, hit that like button, y'all. Jamal Jerry. That's my guy. That's my guy. Mike. That's Mike. Is that Mike House? What's up, Gene and everybody? Been waiting on this. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm watching this TikTok, man, and I'm scrolling, and the video comes up, and the guy's in his car, and he's like outside of his work, man, and he's damn near brought to tears, you know. And he's a millennial, right? And I don't subscribe to like the generations, you know, Generation X and whatever they, you know, Generation Z and baby boomers and millennials and all that stuff. But I'm listening, you know, because I listen. I try to anyway. My fiance would beg to differ with that, but I'm listening, right? And the guy says, you know, you're at your job, man, and they say that they care about your mental health, but they don't. You know, he's like, it's BS, because when you do need, you know, some mental health time, it's like, no, that's not your. This is your job. You've got to do this. You got to do that. And he's like, man, this isn't natural. It isn't natural. He's like, I'm not a bad person or like a piece of you know what, because I don't want to work. I don't want to sell a third of my day to survive. He says, and this is what touched me. He says, I just want to exist. I just want to exist, man, and I want to create. All right. What like and I just felt that, man. Okay, my dog. I just felt it, man, when he said it, because I realized that most people will never get the opportunity to exist. They'll never get the opportunity to exist on this earth and just exist without being beholden to trading your time. And our time, guys, is our most valuable asset. Most valuable asset. I don't even care, because let me ask you this, right? Listen, if you would take, what would you do with $1 million? Would you guys take $1 million in your bank account right now? Put yes or no in the comments if you would take $1 million in your bank account right now. If I said I give you $1 million, would you accept it? Would you take it? $1 million. And it could be in houses, right? I'm getting a $50,000 check tomorrow. Well, 48,000, right? Man, tomato, right? 48,000. I already got 2,000 of it on Thursday, Friday. So okay. Nicholas says, yeah, hell yeah, he will. He's like, man, what, $1 million? Hell yeah. Is Nicholas the only one? I'll take $1 million. What? $1 million? Come on. That's what we're doing this for. Money is just a tool though, right? But Jerry says, yeah, I'll take $1 million. Now let me ask you guys this, okay? What if I told you that I'll give you $1 million today, all right? But you're not going to wake up in the morning. Would you take that $1 million now? If I told you, yeah, I'll give you $1 million tonight, gee, you do what you want with it. It's yours. would you take it if you knew that you weren't going to wake up in the morning? Because if I knew that, would you or I'll tell you, you can have that million tonight, and then you won't wake up in the morning. But if you pay this $1 million for this elixir, you'll wake up. Guarantee you're going to drop that $1 million for that elixir, because it's about our time, guys. It's about our time. And this is what is going to get you the momentum that you need going into 2023. It's time for a change. If you want more, you've got to do more. Okay. And then if you want to have more, right? If you want to, once you get more, if you want to be able to keep it, so you have it, right? We have to become more. And it starts with the energy, the law of energy. Okay, the law of energy, because energy, guys, is everything. And I'm harping on this because I'm gonna put this in my book, man. It finally hit me. The light finally went on. That's why I haven't written a book yet. But the law of energy is that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Right? It can neither be created, right? We can't make it, and then we can't destroy it. So when we die, right? Just think about this, right? A seed, right? It's in the dirt, it sprouts, boom, grows into a tree, man. Um, um, and then a forest fire comes. You know what I mean? Forest fire comes, burns that tree up, man, burns it down into ash. Well, what happens to that ash? That ash goes into the soil. The soil uses that ash to then as fertilizer to grow bigger and stronger trees. So now that ash from that tree that burned is part of these new trees. So energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It is only converted from one form to another, one form to another. So when that fire comes and burns that tree to ash, the tree was one form of energy, going to ash, turns it to another, so on and so forth, right? So there are some laws. The only way to use energy is to transform energy from one form to another. So the amount of this is the equation, right? That physicists use. This is the equation. Energy is everything, guys. Cell phones, electricity. I mean, you name it. Radio waves going through the air. Energy is everything. We are energy. What we use, we can feel our energy within our soul, within our spirit. So I've got to go over this, guys, because this will bring you into 2023 with that momentum that you need. And then with this information I'm giving you, you will be a magician as it pertains to real estate investing. So do you want to be a magician? Do you want people to say, wow, you can do that? Or damn, you really did that? Like, that's a great feeling. So listen up, guys, and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, again, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. This is where I teach people to become the bank. All right. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Are you going to take some action? Are you going to bet on yourself? Invest in yourself, right? You've got to sharpen up some new skills. You've got to develop some new skills too. So the laws of energy are this. Energy, it's determined is the total internal energy of a system. The total internal energy of a system. So we are all operating at our full capacity right now. So we have to become more, right? So where are we at? Right? Where are we at? Where are we starting at? And then the initial internal energy of a system. Now, what that means to me is this, as it pertains to success. This is the true law of success, right? The initial internal energy of a system. So the initial internal energy. So when we start out something new, right? Or even when you go to work in the morning, right? Do you have an expectation that when you go to work, it's going to suck? You don't want to go? Like, you don't want to be there? You don't want to trade your time? So that is your initial internal energy. This is how you feel. Or when you're trying something new, do you have that excited anticipation because you have an expectation that you'll reach a desirable result? If you have an expectation that you'll reach a desirable result, well, then your initial internal energy is positive and flowing with momentum instead of inertia, right? Instead of inertia. It cannot be created nor destroyed. So is it good energy or is it bad, right? Have that expectation that you will reach your goal, but doing stuff that you know that you don't want to do isn't going to do it. All right. So then the third thing is the work done by or on the system. Is it done by or on the system? So what that means is okay, when we're working, man, and we achieve our results, well, that's done by, right? But when we're not, when we're working towards a result and we don't achieve that result, we feel like it's not working because it didn't work for us. But we are ass backwards with that. I'm just going to keep it 100. We are ass backwards with that because if it doesn't work for us, that simply means that it's working on us. It's working on us so that we can become the person that we need to be. Right? It's working on us. So that means that all work that we do works. All work works. Whether it worked out for us and we got the desired result that we wanted, or we ran into an obstacle and we had to, kind of swerve and turn another direction, that means it worked on us. It didn't work for us, so it worked on us. And then the last thing is the heat added to or removed from the system. Now, these are the laws of physics, man. I can't make this up. These are principles. These are natural laws of nature. So is the heat added to or removed from the system? So what's that saying is, do you have momentum or do you have inertia? Momentum or inertia. And what that means is when we feel like something isn't working for us and we've been doing all this work, and then we stop, we quit, we give up because we think it's not working for us. Well, guess what we just did? We stopped all the momentum that we had going, all that momentum, because we stopped and we did something else. We went and got that old job. We went and started another business because we saw a shiny object in our peripheral vision. Then it turns into inertia. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So let me break this down to you and give you some energy on how you can be a foreclosure wizard. All right. Just think about that, guys. Going into 2023, man, we've got our next challenge. Actually, it is January 9th through the 13th. The next challenge is January 9th through the 13th. All right. So you guys need to sign up for that now. Okay. When you sign up for that now, if we're going to give you the whole time until the challenge starts in the academy, the Go-Getter Family Academy. So when you sign up for the Become the Bank Challenge, we're going to give you an invite to the Go-Getter Family Academy. All right. And that's on us. Now, I'm going to kind of rush through these here. District court delays of sales. So you want to look, see, there's a difference here. Now, I'm not talking about forbearances and stuff like that. I'm talking about delays. So is it a judicial? Is it a judicial foreclosure, right? Or a statutory? Because one is going to be ran by the courts, the other is by the sheriff's department. Okay, so you can go to the courts to delay it, but you got to find out in your market. So we were doing some studying, and I was looking in Georgia because I'm thinking about getting a house down there too. I'll be in Atlanta next week, man, and I've been looking at the houses down there. They look great, but so are the ones in Texas. But isn't it good when you have options? That's what I love about it. So I'm looking in Georgia, and Georgia has like no delays, man. None, dude. I couldn't find anything. And I was looking too for a hot minute. So I'm like, damn, all right, but I already know what I could do. So the next thing is a reinstatement. Okay. Reinstatement is merely catching up the payments that they are behind. Now, Naomi, my new inner circle student in Georgia, I helped her close this very last deal that she did gave her some paperwork, right? Tighten her up with the paperwork. But then she's got this deal she's working on. And she says, Gene, this guy's going to auction on Tuesday. And she told me this on Saturday. I'm like, well, the banks are, going to be closed today. But what kind of delays are there in Georgia? I'm not 100% certain because I've never done a foreclosure transaction in Georgia. But it's pretty, simple, right, to find out. And then especially if you kind of know the foreclosure process, because you've been working foreclosures, you're a realtor, you'll know you see what you need when you see it because your eyes are trained, right? They're trained. I mean, this is bottom line. So I tell her, she says, our last reinstatement ran out. So we don't know the exact number. When you get a reinstatement, guys, that means you're calling the lender and asking them how much are you behind and what is that amount so we can pay that and reinstate the mortgage. Well, if you don't pay the right number, guess what? That foreclosure auction still proceeds. So if you don't have enough time, right? Because when you request that, it's going to take 3 to 5 business days minimum. They can take up to 30 is what the law reads. So the next thing, guys, self-filing bankruptcy. Self-filing bankruptcy. This is the atomic button. And I'm going to share something else with you here. I'm going to share my screen again with you with something else here because I've got some text messages, man. I've got some text because listen, Naomi, She's a realtor in Atlanta. She's been a realtor since last March. She's closed her second subject to deal, but she didn't know that she could become the bank and cash flow these properties. She didn't know she could cash flow them. So she's just wholesaling them and getting an assignment fee. And I'm like, oh no, we can make a lot more money. We can make a lot more money. We catch up those back payments and then we sell it to a tenant buyer. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother episode. But she says, oh my God, I didn't know. I've got this deal, but our reinstatement time has expired. The bank won't give us a forbearance. They won't, do anything at this point. So I said, all you can do is a self-filing bankruptcy. She says, a what? I said, you file it. You just have to go to the federal courthouse and you file it. And what happens is, as soon as you file that, it goes, because they do it electronically now. So they don't have to call and go record anything. It's electronic. Boom, boom, boom. Hit a couple keys. It's in the system. Well, guess what that does, guys? That stops all collections actions on any debt that you have. All right. So all creditors have to stop collections actions. So check this out. This guy, right? The servicing company didn't want to give him a reinstatement amount, not in time, not by tomorrow. They didn't want to give him a forbearance. They didn't want to give him any delays, anything like that. They're like, you know what they did? You know what they offered him, guys? They offered him $2,200 to just leave. So they offered him cash for keys, pretty much. $2,200 on a house that is valued at well over 100,000. I mean, 170,000, excuse me. 2,200 bucks. Like, I was like, dude, when she told me that, I was like, oh yeah, they're trying to get his house. They want his house. That's it. They won't work with him. And then, so he's already in bankruptcy court right now. Already in it. So check this out, guys. I'm going to share my screen with you. Well, what the? So check this out. He's already in bankruptcy. So she's like, well, he's in, and she didn't know this too. She told me this today. He's already in bankruptcy. So since he's in bankruptcy, she's like, well, I didn't think he could get it. And I'm like, well, you can file one, even though he's in bankruptcy. What it'll do is you'll still get a stay of auction, right? Stay of foreclosure, where it pauses it. And then when they find out, hey, this guy's already in bankruptcy, so we're going to have to dismiss this. But guess what? You bought yourself some time. And all you need is the time to go ahead and get that reinstatement. So this here, let me make this a little bit bigger. Boom. Look at that. Whoa, whoops. Bankruptcy case concerning, boom, the filing of bankruptcy case automatically stays certain. So she got it. Now look, this is what she said here. This is what she said. Let me show you guys. I love it, man. I love it. Because she was down at the courthouse. We actually had to reschedule her deep dive because she was still down there with her client, and she picked him up. This is what I love about Naomi. She picked her client up in her car and brought him down to the federal courthouse to do the self-filing bankruptcy. This is how bad she wanted this deal. So she says, yeah, we can reschedule, Gene, because I told her we're not going to have the full hour and you're going to need it because I got a lot to tell you. She's going to be closing deal after deal after deal after deal, man. Oh my God, I can't wait. So she says, yeah, we can reschedule. Thanks for the advice with the self-filing bankruptcy. I had no idea before you told me. And then told her how to do it, obviously. So she was able to go do that today because she learned of it last night at our student success meeting. She asked me this question. Jerry was there, man. Jerry was there when I gave her the game. So she found out last night, guys, at like 8-9 o'clock Eastern. She's in Atlanta or in the, Georgia. So she took action. That's the whole thing. She took action and went and did it and then didn't take no for an answer. So guys, I wanted you to see that with the self-filing bankruptcy that we can stop it. Now, of course, a bankruptcy is not favorable on a seller's credit. However, if it's going to stop the foreclosure auction, well, that's just that's your nuclear button, and that's what will stop it immediately. And then that'll get the bank on their toes. So I told her, now you just got to get your reinstatement and you're good. Whoops, this one move should almost pay for your mentorship. Boom. Look at that. This one move, and she just signed up on Saturday, y'all. And my mentorship ain't cheap. It shouldn't be though. It shouldn't be if like a deal like this was in your clutches and you had a gap in knowledge so you didn't know how to do this, right? How to stop it and you would have lost that deal. But then you come to me, you come to the Go-Getter family and the next thing you know, 2 days later, you've bought yourself the time that you needed to get the reinstatement on a $170,000 house with a prospect who has already agreed and she already has her buyer. Her buyer was a little fidgety because he's like, man, if I pay this $14,000 to reinstate this, how do I know it still won't go to auction because they couldn't get a delay? Well, guess how you know now? You know, because you came to the right place. You came to the Go-Getter family, but you were seeking knowledge. You were seeking knowledge, man. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to be seeking and we've got to have momentum. We've got to have momentum. It goes all the way back around to what I started with, man. Energy. It can neither be created nor destroyed. Neither be created nor destroyed. So I want you guys to see this. All right. You need to see this and visualize this. Okay. Now, had Naomi not been, really determined, consistent, and also just persistent, and just a winner and just a go-getter, right? She wouldn't have been seeking out more knowledge because she's already a realtor. She's already closed the subject too. She wouldn't have been seeking out more knowledge, right? And when she would have got to this deal, her momentum would have went to inertia. Tomorrow it would have, because that house would have been auctioned and there is no saving it after that in Georgia. But instead, she used her energy, she used her momentum, she used her expectation that she will achieve a desirable result no matter what. It's almost like I always say, man, I have that expectation. So I don't worry about if something's going to work or if it's not going to work, because I know before I even start that it worked. It's already been written. So if I achieve the results that I want, great. If I don't, guess what? That's great too, because that's what it was meant to be. That means that it was meant to work on me and not for me. So since this one worked on me, that means I'm really speeding to the next one because it's going to work for me. But I'm keeping that momentum. I'm not letting it turn to inertia. All right. Not letting it turn to inertia. So if you guys got some questions about how she did that, or about how we can, stop these foreclosures and look like a pure magician to your sellers and then to your buyers, drop them in the comments, man. Drop them in the comments. If not, I got to get home because I've been going hard all day. I will be flying to Atlanta over the weekend, flying first class for the first time. Got to try it out. So I'll be posting where we can have a meetup, maybe just for some coffee, because I'm not going down there to party and hang out and go on vacation. I'm actually going for a high level business mastery mastermind with the Lou Brown. So I will be interviewing him right here on this YouTube channel as well. So if you guys want to see the Godfather, man, the real Godfather, you know where he's going to be. So Property Dealer LLC, my man Mike House says, so when using a POA, should we present to the lender? I heard something like we can call the auction as well and get in touch with the bank's agent, which is best in most cases. Great question, man. Great question. So the limited power of attorney, okay? The limited power of attorney, it turns us into our client, the seller. It turns us into their attorney in fact. Their attorney in fact, which means we are in fact their attorney. We just didn't go to law school for 3 years and go do the bar, right? And guys, you all know this is educational purposes only. I'm not certified in anything. I'm not a realtor, any of that stuff. I'm just really a certified go-getter. That's it. So this is a document here. This is from a deal of mine that I just closed, subject to hybrid, right? And you see it's closing Siouxland. You see my signature down here. And under my name, it says the seller's name, but then it says as attorney in fact. So yes, Mike, not only can we call the lender, which we'll need it to communicate with the lender for the mortgage that we took over, But we're also going to need that limited power of attorney to talk to the bank's agent or talk to the trustee who is holding the foreclosure auction. Or if they have liens on the property, that limited power of attorney, it is specific to that property. So whatever is encumbering that property, we can operate as if we are that seller. So we can negotiate for them. We can do what we need to do to then convey the property, which is to sell it. Right. So we are that seller in essence. We sign for them. We sign for them. We've got control. So good question, man. But yeah, it's pretty much a 360 deal, I guess, is what they say in the music industry. You know what I mean? Okay, we got some questions. Y'all ain't putting we got all regulars on here. Y'all ain't even put where you're from. Is there any specific documents we need to stop it? Not with the so that's the thing, Ruby. Okay. Ruby's down there in Dallas. So depending on your market, right? If like I was just talking about Georgia doesn't have any delays besides that self-filing bankruptcy. So there are particular documents, but if you're doing that self-filing bankruptcy, you get those documents at the courthouse. And it's just you just need to go to a federal courthouse. Okay. That's where bankruptcy is filed, is in federal court. So you want to make sure that that is your federal court for that district that you're in, because it goes by districts. Um, and then in Dallas, Ruby, I told my challenge attendees, and Ruby, you'll be glad to know that the next challenge date is January 9th through the 13th. So it's on. You're Ruby, you're learning a lot of technical stuff now. And then I'm about to fill that in with the artistic stuff for you. Ooh, that challenge, boy. That challenge has produced some heavy hitters, man. I love it. So, so in Texas, it is an affidavit of postponement. And if you do that up to 15 days before the auction date, you can buy yourself an additional 5 months. They will delay the auction date in the state of Texas for an additional 5 months with an affidavit of postponement. And can somebody please put some flames in the comments, man, and hit that like button or something, because there is not an expert or an influencer on YouTube, on TikTok, on IG, on any of the platforms that is going to tell you the name of that document without you being in their mentorship or charging your arm and a leg or whatever, man, which is whack. Dude, there's one out here. I'm not going to say no names, man, but they won't tell you any type of paperwork. None. Make their students sign a non-disclosure. So just be careful, y'all. That's all I'm saying. That's it. So I hope that helped, Ruby. So would the first thing we do to stop the auction be to get a forbearance? Okay, so Zingster, you're from California, right? Mm. Okay, you're in Cali. I seen that pop up. I was like, all right. So Zingster, in California, there is the tenant bill of rights. Okay. Um, so it's California is more tenant friendly. So I'm quite certain that you are going to be able to find some good delays in California just because of that tenant bill of rights. They are a tenant friendly state. Okay. So yes, the first thing I do personally is I check to see if they've used anything like a forbearance or a loan modification, or if they've done a repayment plan or anything like that. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is you go down to the court level. If it is if it's a judicial foreclosure, well, then you go to the county clerk and you see what type of delays they have. Or you don't have to literally like physically go down there, but you want to get on the internet and you want to go to my favorite website, which if you got to get a paper and pen, I can trick you again. It's Google. You just go Google it and you read to see, right? And you just Google how to delay a foreclosure auction in California, and you'll have to sleuth through some information, but you'll be learning along the way. And then I'm certain, because it's public record, you come up upon what the process is for that. Okay. So yes, forbearance and stuff like that, but you can only check a forbearance if you already have your information release form. Not necessarily the limited power of attorney for that to check it, but to exercise it, you got to have that limited power of attorney. Okay. So we use that, yeah, as a one of our tools, really. So Chucky from TikTok here, LOL. Okay. Why do you do this? Why share all this knowledge day in and day out? I love seeing the journey and learning, but I'm curious. Thank you for all the info shared so far. So Chucky, Chucky. Oh, Chucky. Chucky. I remember you, Chucky. You was on my live, man. It was like couple weeks back before Thanksgiving, I remember. So I got a memory like that for some reason. So it's like this, Nicholas. And it says it, man. It's written, dude. So first off, man, I grew up poor, dude. You know what I mean? I grew up poor. I graduated third from last in my high school class. I wasn't supposed to be anything. I made a lot of mistakes in life. Had a lot of people want me to not succeed too, right? And I always felt like especially with my friends and people I was close to, dude, if I got something, if I got a sandwich, man, and they're hungry, we're ripping that thing in half. Here, grab you half, put it right here. I'm gonna grab my half, you grab yours, and we're gonna rip that in half, and we're gonna eat that together. So that way, both of our stomachs ain't touching our backs. Now, yeah, I don't get the whole sandwich, so it's not gonna last as long, but that buys us some time to go find us another sandwich, right? And the person I split it with, they're supposed to split it with me. You know what I mean? So I said all that to say, because that has nothing to do with houses, right? I said all that to say this. In the Bible, man, in the Bible, and I'm not religious, dude. I'm not religious. I don't go to church, man. I don't even got a church in my city, man. You know what I mean? I'm spiritual, brother. I'm spiritual, man. God saved my life, man. Literally, dude. I found peace of mind, man, when I was in probably one of my worst situations ever in life. Found peace of mind, and that's all I've ever searched for. So it says in the Bible, man, that we are supposed to be fruitful and multiply right in the beginning. And think about it, Chucky, man. When a tree bears fruit, the tree bears that fruit, but the tree doesn't eat its own fruit. A tree bears fruit, and other animals, other living organisms eat that fruit, and they are given life from that. And it also says, man, when you put yourself last, you become first. How can I serve others? That's what my whole business, my whole value proposition that I bring to the marketplace, not only with the Go Getter family, but also with my real estate company, is how finding someone to serve. What problem do they have? Right. And now I've made my problem that I help solve specific to real estate. Right. So forgetting about the Go Getter family for a minute, going with my acquisitions company, We Buy and Help. I'm looking for people that have real estate problems. And the first thought on my mind is, how can I solve their problem and get them to their goal? And then look what the side effect has been for me. Beneficial for not only me, but for my family, for generations to come now. And I'm working on, generation, right? So I give you guys this information, man, because I want you guys to win. I've got an abundance mindset. I can't buy every house in America. Hell, I can't buy every house in foreclosure in America. I can't buy every house in foreclosure in my city. So you know what? If I give somebody some information about how to do this in my city, even, and they learn how to do it, and we partner up on a deal, guess what? That information that I put out there for free just gave me a 100% return on investment. So by me creating the Go Getter family, this environment, which is a go giver environment, right? If really, man, the secret to money is to let it go. Open your hand, man. The tighter you close your hand around money, the less of that money you will have. And even if you feel like you have a lot of money, you're still not fulfilled. That still money is not a purpose, right? It's not a purpose. Having a bunch of houses is not a purpose. Helping others is a purpose, man. And the side effects are money or houses, or even if it wasn't money, even if I was poor and I was still fulfilled and had my purpose, well, then that's what my journey was supposed to be. But I'd be happy with that journey. So that's what matters, man. So that's why, man, in a long ass answer, right? That's why, dude, because that's important to me. It really is important to me. Got a lot of questions. Oh, you up there in Wisconsin? Okay, I haven't checked out the Wisconsin foreclosure process. Kelly, several homes that are up for auction in 2 weeks, so they are my focus. Okay. Zinkster, I would at least try to give yourself 30 days if you could, though, because if you're not an expert, it's going to be hard in 2 weeks, just because they need 3 to 5 days even to get you the reinstatement. So you've got to go to the seller, you've got to negotiate with them, get them to agree. Then you start your process with their lender and stuff like that. And you need 3 to 5 days. Well, if they're 2 weeks, and you start talking to them at 2 weeks, that clock is hella ticking. Now, The thing is, Zingster, if you can find how to delay them, or if they're willing to do the self-filing bankruptcy, you can do that to up to the day of. You just want to do it by I would say 10 a.m. 10 a.m. the day of. You know what I mean? That way I mean, there's some steps you got to take, but I hope that helped. She said because he's a real one. Okay, okay. Joseph says you're woke. I'm woke, Brody. Nah, man, it ain't even really about being woke, dude. It's just about, man, shit, dude. Like, if I don't, okay, I've got information, man. All right, uh, what does hoarding this information do for me? That's what's wrong with everything now, man. Is there's so many gatekeepers out here, and they feel like wealth is money, which is meaningless. They feel like it means everything when it doesn't mean everything. Yes, money is useful. So I'm not going to sit up here and say, "Oh, I don't care about money," and da 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 da. What? Yeah. Well, if you say that, you're lying, really, because you need money to survive now. So it's not about being woke, brother. It's just about uplifting someone rather than knocking them down. Really, it's really that simple. You know what I mean? That's my dog right there. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button in, man. Get us. You got to get your boy in the YouTube algorithm. Now I'm killing it on TikTok. 286,000 followers on TikTok, which I've got a lot of you over here from TikTok. But people really come to YouTube to really learn. Like I teach differently in my lives on TikTok, man, because it's just a different format and different types of viewers. So I need to get my people here on YouTube for my long form video so I can give you guys this game. It's hard for me to get super technical on here because I've only got like 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm still trying to build that up. So I need y'all. Ooh, I got something for y'all too with my affiliate program. Oh my God. You got to be part of the Mighty Network to even get this. It's free training. Pittsburgh. What up, dog? Okay, Troy. That's what's up, man. I like it. Hell yeah. Thank you a lot for that answer. I heard you through and through, and I feel that I want to be that helping hand for those in hard times. I resonate with that entirely. Have a great night. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm going to auction in Beaumont, Texas tomorrow, Gene. Salt. Gene, tomorrow, Gene, see what's in the market. Okay, cool, cool. So official A Crown, what you want to do, what I would do is I would take a look at that notice, right? The notice of foreclosure. And then all you do is reverse engineer that. Okay. So from the point that you're at, you want to work backwards. So when wherever you're seeing that information, right, you're going to ask yourself, okay, what was the step before this flyer got here? Or before it was wherever it is, right? Before it was in this post or in this newspaper. What was the step before that? And you find out, right? And you go talk to those people or see where it was at. And then you find out the one before that, because the earlier you can get to those, the better chance you'll have at buying them the way that we buy them, which is taking over that existing mortgage, because we want to get them before the auction date. That's the whole point. All right. You won't find anyone else online that gives as much game as Gene. He goes hard for us. Hey, I appreciate that, Angel. You still don't need to know. That's what's up. I was talking about you today. So, guys, I appreciate you guys as always. God, I had something I did. Oh yeah, the challenge. The next challenge is January 9th through the 13th. All right. I'll be in Atlanta this coming weekend. Now, guys, also I've got an affiliate program for those of you that may not have the money, right? You want to learn this fully and you don't have the money to pay for your education yet. I've got a free affiliate program. It's free. You just repost my videos. Well, I just paid somebody a lot of money, man, to make a video teaching you guys for free how to take the videos off of my TikTok and repost them, to do stitches, to do duets, to even take the TikTok logo, they call it a watermark, to take that off of there, and then some other editing things if you wanted to do that, right? And it's free. So boom, you just get that affiliate link. You repost my videos on a TikTok that you create, an Instagram you create, hell, even a GoGetter, a Facebook, man, because they got reels there now, or YouTube short. You repost those, and when somebody purchases my challenge from your link, you get 50% commission. So we're all usually always on the phone. So don't go into the matrix, man, to do the mindless entertainment, man. Post a few videos and then go to the matrix. You know what I mean? Because that way, I've got somebody that posted a video. I think it was Saturday, man. That thing, I don't even know how many views it has now, but it had like 1,700 views in 12 hours on Saturday. I was like, damn, that's what's up. Like, she's really out there working. And then she put a little extra headline on it. So I just got that video in. I'm going to message her when I post it too. Like, hey, you're going to want to see this because you're putting in that work. That way, those videos are working for you while you're sleeping. And guess what you're doing? You're no longer selling your time. All right. We've got some new members to the Go Getter family team, man. You guys are going to enjoy them. They go hard. They're great people. They're super high level. So if you can't get in the inner circle, that's all right because it ain't cheap, man. My time to get me one on one, to get that gem I just gave my new student that got her that house pretty much. That's not cheap. But the Go Getter Family Academy, man, the Go Getter Family Academy, it's a half a tank of gas a month. And you get my subject to contracts when you sign up. So that'll get you started. And guess what? If you're in there, right? If you're in the Go Getter Family Academy and you're learning, because there's live workshops, there's all types of stuff, there's networking, you can go out and be prospecting for deals because he who has the deal then has some influence, right? So if you get a deal and you get a person that says, I'm going to use Mike, man, I'm going to use Mike for an example. Hey, Mike, yes, you can give me debt relief and you can take over my mortgage. Yes, I'll agree to do that. And Mike's like, oh shit, and I don't know if this is true, but Mike's like, I don't know what to do, right? Mike's saying this to himself. Well, Mike goes back to the Go Getter Family Academy and puts a post in there because it's an ecosystem, it's a community, a enclosed community with just us. He puts a post in there, hey, I'm in this market. I've got a house with an after repair value of this much, existing loan amount of this much. They're behind this much. Their auction date is this, and they agreed to subject to. Can anybody help me? Is anybody in this area? And guess what? The go getters that are in the go getter family are going to flock like, shit, what's up? We got you. Let's do it. Here we are. Let's rock and roll. We're ready to eat. So there's nothing holding you back, man. There just isn't. There just isn't. Jerry said, "Yeah, we out here. We out here." So, guys, I got to get up out of here, man. My daughter, dude, she loves me, man, and I love it. I love her, man. I love that she loves me so much, man. It's just such an amazing feeling. But I get to spend time with her, man, and I'm not like my dad was. Not that my dad was great, dude. My dad was amazing, but he worked hard. He was a concrete finisher, man, till he died at the job. But when he used to come home from work every day, he'd come home dusty, man, like dusty. If you pat him, dude, it was like a cloud of white dust to come up off of him, right? And when he would come home, we would be excited to see him. His dad, like, hey, dad, oh, hey, dad. We tried to jump on him. Dad, we want to do this. Dad, can we do that? Can we? And he's like, hey, oh, let me sit down. Let me take my boots off at least, right? And then we'd be like, this is how I felt, dude. I'd be like, damn, man, like, what did I do? I was just happy to see my dad. And so that has an effect, man. But now I know where my dad's coming from. Now I'm not like saying all that's messed up. I know where he was coming from. He's caught up in the matrix, man, but he was taking care of his responsibilities. But my daughter is experiencing a different life. Never will I no. When I come in, she's on me and I'm like, oh baby, hold on. Let me take my shoes off, baby. Then I come on. She running, I'm picking her up. It's all love, it's all smiles, man, because we ain't stressing, dude. And even if things weren't going right, we still ain't stressing. Because if it ain't working for me, it's working on me, guys. So I love y'all, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the true heroes, man. Joseph says he's got twins. Damn, you got girls, man? Or you got a boy and a girl? What you got, Joseph? Ooh, if it's girls, ooh, because my daughter, she owns me, man. I'm not even gonna sit up here and act like it's something it ain't. And she knows too. She be testing my gangster and everything, man. It was like, damn. But guys, I got to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, hit that like button. And if you feel like I brought you some value, I want you to consider subscribing. All right. And listen, we're going into the new year. We're going into the new year. If you want more, you got to do more. And if you want to have more, you've got to become more. And with all the pieces that we're putting in place at the Go Getter family, there's no reason why you can't win. But in order to win, you're going to have to bet on yourself. You're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You're going to have to go towards what scares you. because the great irony of life is we've got to get uncomfortable to end up being comfortable in life. But this is what I love about what I do, man. I work super hard. Joseph said he got boys and they're identical. Ooh, they're gonna be some little young heathens tearing the house up. Yeah, I love it, dude. I do. I love it. I'm about to have me another one too, man. I'm like, shit, God said be fruitful and multiply. So here we go, the go-getter family. But um, this is what I love about what I do, man. I work super hard, man. Super hard, but it's not work to me. It really isn't. And that sounds kind of cliche, but it is not work, dude. It's not. It's like easy, man, because it's just helping people. Like, it really is as simple as that, guys. So, guys, I got to get up out of here, man. I do appreciate y'all. All right. So you guys already know, what it is, man. Until next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go